Hi, Robbie here. It's another Thursday morning, and I'm sitting out here in the garden thinking about optimism. I'm pretty optimistic. It helps me set the stage for good things to happen. And one of my favorite quotations is from a famous book by Charles Dickens, written in 1859. The book starts with a very famous first sentence, which says, "It was the best of times, it was the worst of times." And the sentence is pretty long and concludes with the idea that it's just like today, just like the problems we face today. Well, that was back in 1859, and here we are in 2022, and every day we can look around and we can see terrible problems. We can see war in Europe, we can see political turmoil all throughout the world. We can see disasters looming in the weather reports. The list goes on, and we can look today at the list of terrible things that are happening. We can look at last week at the list. We can look at last year. We could look at 100 years ago. The list changes each time we look, but it's always a list of terrible things that are happening. And some people might think, well, it's the end of the world. And here we are going on. We're all doomed, and the world is about to end, and civilization is about to come to a terrible conclusion. Well, we can think that way, and if we do, we're in trouble. It may be true. It may be true that we're all doomed, and this is really the end. In that case, there's nothing we can do about it. The world is going to end. But if it isn't true, if the world really isn't going to end, but we think we're making a terrible mistake. If it isn't true, we should stop thinking about it, because that would make it true in our minds, and that would lead us to do silly, foolish things instead of plan to solve our problems. That's what we ought to be doing. So I'm thinking about being optimistic today, and taking an optimistic attitude to solve our problems, rather than moan and say, this is it, this is the end. And that's what I'm thinking about today. I hope to be thinking about happier thoughts in the future, and I hope you are too. But that's it for now. I'll talk to you again next Thursday.